Section 1. Unintentional sabotage, the silent killer of marriages. Marriage is a delicate dance. It thrives on love, respect, and constant nurturing. But here's a sobering thought. Many husbands, with the best intentions, might be unknowingly pushing their wives away. It's often not a grand malicious act, but a series of seemingly insignificant behaviors that chip away at the foundation of the relationship. Think of it like erosion. A gentle stream might seem harmless, but over time, it can carve deep channels into solid rock. Similarly, unchecked negativity, lack of appreciation, or dismissive communication can erode the love and trust in a marriage. The good news? Just as erosion can be prevented, so can marital discord. The first step is awareness. By recognizing potential pitfalls and understanding their impact, husbands can transform their behavior and foster a stronger, more loving bond with their wives. Remember, a thriving marriage doesn't happen by chance. It requires conscious effort, empathy, and a willingness to grow together. This essay will explore common behavioral patterns that might be harming your marriage without you even realizing it. More importantly, it will provide practical, actionable steps to reverse course and rebuild a foundation of love, respect, and enduring happiness. Section 2. The taken for granted. Trap little things add up. One of the most common pitfalls in a marriage is the gradual descent into taking your partner for granted. It's easy to let the daily grind overshadow the importance of appreciation and gratitude. We become accustomed to our wives' love and care, forgetting that these acts of love, big or small, deserve acknowledgement. Imagine this. Your wife prepares a delicious meal after a long day. Do you express your gratitude, or do you eat without a word? She picks up your dry cleaning, remembering it slipped your mind. Do you thank her, or do you simply take it for granted? These seemingly insignificant moments, repeated over time, send a powerful message. Her efforts are not seen, valued, or appreciated. This lack of appreciation can breed resentment and make your wife feel like a household appliance rather than a cherished partner. It's crucial to remember that even small gestures, when met with indifference, can accumulate into a mountain of hurt and neglect. The antidote? Cultivate a habit of expressing gratitude. Notice her efforts, both big and small. A simple thank you, a heartfelt compliment, or a warm embrace can go a long way in making her feel seen, valued, and loved. Section 3. Walls of silence. When communication crumbles. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, especially marriage. When communication falters, misunderstandings fester, resentment builds, and emotional distance widens the gap between partners. Often, men unknowingly contribute to this breakdown by shutting down during difficult conversations or avoiding emotional intimacy. Imagine a scenario where your wife wants to discuss a challenging issue. She tries to initiate a conversation, but you deflect, change the subject, or become defensively silent. Maybe you feel uncomfortable with emotional expression, or perhaps you simply don't know how to respond. Whatever the reason, this avoidance creates a wall of silence that can be incredibly damaging to the emotional connection in your marriage. Your wife might interpret your silence as a lack of care or interest, leading to feelings of loneliness and isolation within the relationship. Over time, this pattern of avoidance can transform you from her trusted confidant into a distant figure she can no longer rely on for emotional support. Breaking down these walls of silence requires conscious effort and a willingness to be vulnerable. Section 4. Bridging the gap. Rebuilding intimacy and connection. Recognizing the communication breakdowns in your marriage is the first step toward rebuilding intimacy and connection. It's time to replace silence with active listening, defensiveness with empathy, and avoidance with open and honest dialogue. Start by creating a safe space for communication, free from judgment or interruption. When your wife expresses her thoughts and feelings, listen attentively without formulating your response while she's speaking. Try to understand her perspective even if you don't agree with it. Validate her emotions by acknowledging her feelings. Instead of saying, "You shouldn't feel that way," try, "I understand why you feel that way." Remember, the goal is not to win an argument, but to understand each other better. When expressing your own thoughts and feelings, use I statements to take ownership of your emotions and avoid blaming or accusing your wife. For instance, instead of saying, "You're always nagging me," Try "I feel overwhelmed when I have too much on my plate." Can we talk about how to better manage household responsibilities? This approach fosters a sense of teamwork and collaboration rather than opposition.